4.3-inch WVGA display, very much edge-to-edge, so you have a very large display. It's about 35% larger viewing area, and the fact that it goes all the way to edge means that it's still very thin and very pocketable. Right, it'll fit in your pocket, no problem, back pocket.
Now it's the same 854 by 480 resolution as on the 3.7-inch display it was on the original Droid, right?
Correct.
Yes, 3.7. Yes.
Correct.
So and this is still an LCD technology. It's not AMOLED or anything, correct?
TFT, correct.
It's a TFT.
A TFT, great.
Yes.
And you have 7 panels. You know here where you're navigating with your panels.
So pretty much, it is like 7 panels, right? So you're pretty much in the middle panel right now, which has your main stuff, the text messaging, the browser, the marketplace. And as you kind of move to the panel on the right, this has actually basically your contact list, your recent calls. So pretty much what you need, for making phone calls, your contacts, your favorites. These are all. So you can click on any one of them, and it brings up your contact list if you want to type something up. And then, going back to the main panels. So and then if you move one more, that kind of brings to your kind of multimedia panel. So this pretty much has what's your gallery, your link to your Blockbuster, the camcorder, and this is actually it's kind of a slideshow, right? And if you get this started, I think you need to pick something up or something, and it will pretty much actually get the slideshow rolling.
Right.
See. So it's kind of, it gives you a kind of a slideshow view, and it can roll through all the pictures that you've selected. So that's kind of a pretty neat thing. If you want, you can keep it. If you don't want, you can just grab it and just like any other, you can just drag it off and put it back. Right. Yeah. And on the top, you have this kind of your multimedia. Whatever music you're playing, you can stop, you can play. And you can select anything you want, right? You can from your music list. So that's kind of the multimedia panel we have.
Now, that music player you're showing, is that a version of Motorola's connected media player?
Which one? The music player?
Or
I think that's a standard.
There's a standard music player that comes on the on the Android, yes. But of course, if you want any media player is available on the marketplace, you can download. You can,
Right.
So you go one more. This kind of the third panel on the left. He has your news feed here. So there are some customized newsfeed that are coming in. They'll be changing and updating. But also you can also customize to whatever newsfeed you want to subscribe to. You can take the channels. You can go in and change it.
Are those widgets there part of the new Moto Blur? Are they Motorola's widgets or?
The phone is not a Moto Blur phone.
And so those are kind of the panels, and then if you these at any time you press the kind of the home key, you can bring you back to the center panel.
Now those are hardware keys down at the bottom.
They are.
These are hardware keys.
Menu, home, back, search.
Menu, home, back, and search. So come back to the main one, move on to the right. This kind of brings you your messaging kind of screen, the left panel. So this has Skype mobile. You can make Skype calls with this one. The basic stuff, the Gmail. Backup assistant, which is like backs up all your contacts. This is a Verizon application, and the unified kind of messaging box. So you go in there, whatever all the messaging you have.
Now that's very similar to what we saw with Moto Blur.
Yeah. So
this has functionality is there.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a Click user, so I recognize it right off the bat.
So you'll probably recognize also this kind of screens where you have all your happenings. You screen through that. You can comment. You can respond. All that.
More functionality than was in the original, I think.
A lot more. And then here you can, update your status.
Great. Does the home screen and everything, does that work in landscape orientation on this device? Since there's no hardware keyboard a lot of times.
Yeah, you have rotation.
Home screen?
Not in the home screen. Okay. So not in the home screen.
Yeah. And that's kind of the Android.
Right.
That's why
generally, hinges on whether it has a keyboard or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, walk through the 7 panels, the large screen, how you keep it thin.
Now this is, I think Sanjay said it was 9 millimeters thin. I assume it's this measurement right here.
It's 9.9, yes. It's not 9.9 millimeter thin.
With a 1570 milliamp hour battery, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And has your standard micro USB
and
the HDMI out. And in the back you have the camera, which it's an HD camera, 720p.
Dual LED flash.
dual LED flash, 8 megapixel still camera with a mechanical shutter. So it's very fast. So you can capture images as fast as 1/1000th of a second.
Right. People may not understand that, but the mechanical shutter really allows it to capture motion better than just electronic shutter found in most cameras.
Yes, and so for motion photography, it's very important.
So look at up the top edge. You see the 3.5 millimeter port and there's power up top, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Yep.
And Sanjay had mentioned 3 distinct microphones.
Correct. So
the top one, I assume, is right there for the ambient noise detection.
you have another one here.
It's like the lanyard loop. And there's the
one here,
video one.
One on each end, one in the back, right?
Right. And then there's the one for voice.
Yeah,
for the voice.
And what you do is we use 3 microphones to capture directional audio. So when you're in camera mode, on video mode, you have different audio scenes. So let's say you want to capture your everyday sound capture. It's ideal for capturing sound from all directions. Or you want to capture sound outdoors. So it uses the 3 microphones to reduce wind noise. Or you want to narrate.
Whether you're talking or then I assume the next one is going to be for
Exactly.
whoever's in front of the camera.
Subject. Yeah.
Perfect.
So
It's definitely something we haven't seen on other devices.
correct. So that's why we use 3 microphones to do that.
Excellent.
And we use 2 microphones to do noise cancellation during conversations, during calls. You also have capture effects. You have different filters.
This is an entirely new interface. Now, is this a Motorola developed camera interface?
Yes, it is a Motorola interface.
Yeah.
You have lighting effects, so you have your LED for capture
Flash.
through video. Yep. And then after you capture an image, let's go still. Capture an image. You can also edit. Very dull image to edit, but
Right.
so you can tags or
Presumably cropping. And
Yeah, you can do the
exactly,
cropping
yeah.
and stuff like that.
Okay, cool.
And then when you go to your image galleries,
Very nice.
you can browse like that, or you can browse with thumbnails.
Cool.
And
Same for the movie gallery also, right? You can.
same thing with the videos, yeah. You can browse them like that, you can browse them like that. And then
Oh, thanks.
Now this is running a 1 gigahertz TI OMAP processor.
TI OMAP processor, yes, that's correct.
So that's a Cortex A8 based ARMS architecture.
I think it's ARMS. Yes, it's ARMS based.
And it has 8 gigabytes of internal memory, onboard memory, plus 16 gigabytes memory card
So 16 gig card comes in the box.
in the phone.
Right.
Already pre-installed. And
then
you
of
can
course
take
you
the
can throw a
32.
32 in there.
Yep.
Great. Go ahead.
So when you put it on the dock, it goes into the docking mode. So it shows your time. You have day and night modes. You have alarm clocks. And then you have applications here. You have your weather app.
And of course it can charge from the dock, right?
Yes, it can charge from the dock, and it can connect
when the dock is
HDMI
connected to,
out from the
And
dock.
also the HDMI out on it. Great.
Yep. And you can have your pictures, your
Dock
dialer,
is sold as a
even your email in there.
I don't know. The price has not been published for the dock, so it will be provided.
Cool. And then it looks like you also have a car kit over there.
Yes, exactly.
Now, is this shipping with just Google's navigation or Verizon's navigation in there as well?
There is Verizon navigation, which is downloadable from the Android marketplace.
Okay.
You get a very easy to manage interface when you're in the car. So large buttons, very simple callouts. You have your voice search in case you want to, I don't know, navigate some things like navigate to Times Square.
Great.
So voice recognition then launches the Maps application.
And there we are.
And there we are. Same thing with the music. You want to place a call, or you can customize your own applications.
Very cool.
So very simple functionality like you need in the car. Straightforward, what you need.
And landscape on the home screen.
It goes under the car docking station of the magnetic thing. It does that. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And so this is going to come out on July 15th for consumers at $199 after a $100 rebate, right?
That is correct, yes.
And it requires the $30 Verizon smartphone data plan?
That requires, yes, a smartphone data plan on top of whatever the voice features, yes.
Right, and then the mobile hotspot feature, which for internet sharing,
there's an additional
20 comes with its own 2 gigabyte data line.
Yes.
Right, great. That's a Motorola DROID X there from Verizon Wireless.